Okay, so after we finally successfully create all this node, my next things I'm going to do is to actually install a storage backend. So I often stop at storage uh, for Kubernetes, just in general. So yeah, my research paper will actually focus on which how I use my calculus and how I journal the notes, and at least I know how to read the documentation of Calico. I might go back to it in the future, just to really demonstrate on what type of what type of networking I should use. So let's talk about storage solution. So the first one is OpenEBS. So it's a leading open source project, and it's using container attached storage. Each workload is provided to delegate storage controller, and it has some kind of storage policies and isolation to optimize the storage for each workload. OpenEBS run in USB and does not have any Linux kernels. So that's good to know. So it's basically taking the treat processing workload containers like DBs containers, other containers, and OpenEBS itself is deploy as just another containers. Okay, that's good. And M storage that can be designated on a per part application cluster or container level. So for OpenEBS, we actually have backup and restore. We have Prometheus metric, snapshot and clone, synchronous replication. I like all of them. I like the backup things. I'm not sure, but it said that it can work with heap IO and basically you can use S3 as an backup backend, which I really enjoy. I have never tested this before, but there's something to think about in the future when you talk about backup and restore things. Uh, so and storage will have some kind of granular operation, and I think it's, yeah, permission control, things like that. We have snapshot. So all of them are pretty good. All the options like proc works. I think it's good to have it. So proc works, rook. And rook you can build a cluster using yeah, you know what, I heard OpenEBS for a long time, so I will choose as over all the option, all the option like storage OS, like rook, like procworks is rancher longhorn and things like that. Actually, there's plenty of solution out there we can use, but for me, I think OpenEBS is a good option for at least for experiment. And in the future, yeah, we do actually think about using Istio and traffic for the REST proxy. So let's go with the OpenEBS first. Let's go to its homepage to see what we can use. So OpenEBS, I think this is the homepage. Let's go to the document. So the relative version is 3.2. That's good to know. So CIS is container attached storage. So it's basically right below the persistent volume. So I think there are certain persistent workload that we don't need to be stateful, so we can spread it out. But most of our application will be stateful application, so I think I will choose to use replicate volume like this one, and obviously it will increase the amount of storage. That's something to consider when we think about the backend. Yeah. So when I think about this, there's local volume. I'm not sure about the storage engine, but I think I will focus on one of these two. I have tried with C Store, but I have no luck. But from Digester, C Store, and Diva, for for the block device like this, I think it's a bit risky to really handle this. I have never tried that, but that's something to think about. So Jiva C store, the all them are kind of